Jill here, and I just wanted to take a minute to answer a few questions and show you how simple it is to flock. I did have a few questions about the flocking, both in reply to my video as well as some private, so I thought I'd get this done. Okay, so this is a card I made for Posh Rubber Stamps, which is sold through I Break for Stamps, and I, of course, will put the link below because this is a design team card. The background of this card, as well as the rooster, are flocked. And in photographing these and actually trying to take video of them, I realized that this flocking, because of its fuzziness, that's exactly how it translates on the camera, is fuzzy. But this image, as well as the flocked image, they're just not this fuzzy. But I like the in-person look of this, as well as flocking in general. It's one of those things that you want to touch. It feels kind of like velvet. I'm also going to show you how I made these flowers, and they are a version of the flowers made by Donna and 123 Card Maker, her coffee filter flowers. I'm probably not going to show them in this video because time just flies. So let me answer some questions and just show you a few little things that I do. Okay, so first of all, I had some questions about the flocking itself. The flocking that I had purchased, this is from Michaels. You get 4 of these little containers, and this is not the color group, but they had like reds, grays, blues, different color groups. You get 4 of these little containers for $1. And honestly, they really go a long way. And you guys know me, my cheapness. Actually, my boys and I went in with my husband, so the 4 of us used coupons, and I actually got all the flocking for 60 cents for 4 containers. You can also buy it from Martha Stewart Crafts, and this is a large container of the black. I found I was using a ton of the black, so I've kind of moved over to this one. But both are really good, and the Studio G one was really high quality. The other companies sell this, like Stampendous and I think All Night Media that I've seen. But this was really popular when I first got into stamping because there was a lot of cutesy images out there. And one thing I do love is stamping house mouse images. So it was really cute to add a little bit of fuzz to the mice, or something like one of them's riding a duck, to add some yellow to the duck, or those of you that do cuter images. It really adds something nice to it. So these are made to match my haunted project, which I had showed you I was working on. And the thing with this paper from my Mind's Eye, and this book, it's so rough I haven't filed down all the corners, is, it's all flocked. Well, then I thought, why can't I add to this? Because I was having fun with it. So like these bats are added in. I added a bunch of different things throughout these books, and I just dumped a book plate on the floor there. And so this is the look I was mimicking. And like this one, I wanted it kind of antique-y because I'm going to edge this with black. So I didn't ink it all up, and I really, really like how that came out. And that's the damask from the clear sheets I get. What is that? Ink It Do. Yeah, right here. Bold damask. Okay, so when I decided that I needed more of this look, I got out that flocking that I had purchased. I got out the matching stamps to the Mind's Eye paper, and I got out the Martha Stewart Vampire Clear stamps that I had purchased. All of them are nice and bold, and then that translated again perfectly to Posh. So here's some of the images that I flocked, and I personally think they look just as good, and this one actually better than the papers themselves. So that's just the basic images. The glue pads. I had a lot of questions on these. I have had this glue pad for many years, and it's from Sukaneko. It's called the Essential Glue Pad, and they say if it gets gunked up to wash it and then start reusing it. It came with an anchor, and I actually bought an extra. And then recently I got the Martha Stewart glue pad, and I really like this one. I like the pad itself, so I might try this glue on this pad because it came with this small container, and I was actually buying because of the stamps. So to ink this up, just squirt some ink on, and actually let's reopen that, and then just rub it around. And this pad comes dry, so I'm not even sure. Maybe I have inked up the whole pad. Okay, so at this point you have some frothy little parts. You can see that just sitting on the pad. So what I like to do is smooth that out because you don't want that on your stamps. Just take a paper towel, clean this off, and you would ink the Martha Stewart the same way as you would ink up the Sukaneko. The palette hybrid one I haven't worked with, but I have heard some not so good things about that one. So I never got it. I never needed it. I had this one. Okay, so I took a scrap from the Haunted paper. You know that little part that gives you the information on the paper line at the bottom of the paper? Couldn't throw it away, so I just left it in there. And actually it makes a perfect little like palette knife that you can just throw away afterwards. Okay, so now that's inked up. Then it has a protective cover on it, and then the lid. It's all sticky. So just remember that you're going to be furry when you're done because of the flocking. Okay, so a comparison of the two pads that I did. I stamped this Posh image. This is just the image. So you can see it's bold and has some little details in it. And again, the fuzziness is not translated quite as well with the video, but you can see the difference in the two inkings. This is the Martha Stewart pad. This is the Sukaneko pad. Again, the Martha Stewart pad, the actual blank pad that it's on, has been working way better for me. See that? This one's just kind of blobby. Some spots didn't color quite the same. But the thing that I truthfully found is the best for this is just use a full-on bold image. So let me show you how to do that real quick. Some of my tricks with the flocking. And look, I haven't even flocked, and I got it on my fingers. Oh, one other question that I had before I show you how to flock was how do I clean this off my stamps? I'm going to show you something, icky. This is my old nail brush. Not old nail, but it's an old brush. I've had it for many, many years to clean my stamps with. I find these in dollar bins at like Walmart, Target, those kind of places. This is perfect for cleaning your stamps. I clean all of my stamps and all of my blocks with this, and it works just great for these glue pads. And I use the Judykins Fabric and Permanent Ink Cleaner. Again, all my stamps and all of my stamp blocks. This gets everything clean, including stays on. Love this stuff. And here's another great way to apply flocking is the Zig two-way glue pen if you want to write stuff, or like I said, apply it to maybe a little mouse or a duck or whatever. Okay, so this stuff is really staticky. I'm working on my Tim Holtz sheet, and I had to run an anti-static bag over it, and it's still going to get staticky. So go ahead and open your pad up. I have, sorry, these stamps are not wanting to cooperate with me today. Okay, so we'll just use two of you. I have these little bat stamps, and this is due for a cleaning. Sorry about that. These little guys here, just on a clear mount block. And with the glue pad, you do want to wash your stamps off right away, because then you'll lose some of the stickiness of your stamps like I did with this bat. Somehow I got distracted and forgot and did not clean the bats off. Okay, so just stamp it like regular. I always bring the pad to the stamp. So stamp it like regular. And there's your glued image. Then I'm going to take a scrap sheet. Unfortunately, this became a scrap sheet. I didn't mean for it to. And then you're going to take your flocking. Now, I have that big jar of flocking actually over into a small jar. And you'll just pour it over top. You want a nice amount. And just cover the image in full. Remember, this is just like embossing powder. You're going to pour it back in. So once I get the flocking on there, it has some hard little lumpy bumpy spots in it. That's fine. You can smooth them out like this, however you want to do it. I tap it into the image. Furry. Okay, then I take my finger and just roll it around. And I find that that gets it pressed in as well as into any spots it might have missed. And then tap the excess off. Okay. Then I just put this back into the container, and that's why I ended up going with this little bigger container, especially for the black flock, because like I said, I've been using it like crazy. Okay, put the lid on. We all know what happens if you forget to put lids on stuff. Then I just come in with a brush, and this is a nice soft brush, and brush off all of the excess. Now if it brushes off too much, like kind of like with this little guy, you just come in, put a little bit more on, and then do the same thing. And you'll find that some of it sticks different ways. And I know, again, it's a hard representation on the video, but this has such a cool feel to it. And then here's the bats that I ended up with. And I really like how they came out. Okay, so now that's everything with this. And I'm going to also do a video again on these flowers that are very similar to the ones Donna did, just, you know, mine are just a little bit different. So I thought I'd show those because that was also on that rooster card. And I got a few questions on that. Here he is. So there you go. That's how easy it is to flock. Give it a try, and it's super cheap. And I know you'll have fun with it. And the glue pad, again, Martha Stewart, was my favorite. And I know a lot of people don't like that one, but I really do. So if you have a chance to pick that up, I know that some people have been picking these up at TJ Maxx. So if you have a chance to pick this up, really cheap like that, give it a try. You'll love it. And if nothing else, it's an empty pad that you can wash out. So thanks for stopping by, and have a great day.